Nyah. Hi, Jay. That's my evening going. Yeah. Same old. Pretty dull. Hey, hamburger eyes. Just waiting for people to get here. Hey, Uncle Buck. Waiting for more people so I can bore more people. So I can bore a crowd. Realized after I signed off, after I ended last night's stream, named the stream. Hey, pause. Named the stream after, like, I titled it after, Mel Brooks, in honor of Mel Brooks. We did not talk at all about Mel Brooks movies. Which is just kind of funny. And also proof that there's, it doesn't matter what I title my streams. They will never affect what we talk about. Hey, Donna. Yeah. Yeah, title of the stream, yeah. Not gonna make a difference. Hey, Brooka. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks. TBT. To be determined. What's to be determined? Liking? Ah, I see. Vienna sausages. Not sure if I've ever had Vienna sausages, actually. Like, I imagine I would if I ever had a chance to try them. Because, I mean, sausages, what's not to like? Why wouldn't? Yeah, it's sausages. What's not to like about sausages? What is it that's weird about Vienna sausages? What's new? Jack shit. Canned mini gelatinous hot dogs, cold. Ah, that does actually sound pretty unappetizing when you put it like that. I like kebabs, but God knows what's in it. Lamb and or beef. Meat good. Yep, meat good. Is it there? Shit, 27 today, apparently. So, kinda, yeah. Pretty hot. Clavicular, possibly adding that transluminance. Um, I mean, adding someone is just always shitty. Accidents do happen, but so I don't know I don't know the details about it. Like I have no idea what actually happened. He asked straight up. Well, that sounds not great. She said, "Don't point the camera at me." Okay, so yeah, that sounds like it might have been kind of shitty of them. Yes, I also hate hot weather. Again, I haven't seen the clip. I've barely even heard of clavicular. Though, isn't he kind of a dick? Like, isn't he kind of a douche? Hey, major detractor. Isn't that clavicular guy sort of known for being a bit of an asshole? Am I wrong? It's entirely possible that I could be wrong. Not today, but it's supposed to be even hotter tomorrow. 89's going to be in the hundreds. I did see someone I follow on Blue Sky noted, you know, posted basically don't photograph people at Pride without their permission, which, yeah. So that may have been related to that clavicular guy. I'd assumed the person I follow, I'd assumed he was just making a bit of a sort of general "don't do this shit" post. Naked older man at San Fran Pride. I did not. I did hear about the dude jerking off at that Great America State Fair. Yep, that Great America State Fair in DC. Attendance has been very, very light, but the first day did have a MAGA douchebag start masturbating. Strip. Yeah, everything about it seems to have been put together like really poorly. Can't even jerk off in public anymore, right? It's terrible. Supposed to be somewhere else. They worked on it. It's gonna be in the Smithsonian. Yeah. Yeah. He wanted it under his control because he's just a narcissist. Everything has to be all about him. So he wanted it to be all about himself because that's what narcissists do. So he took the money from it, and I mean, like, how much money do you think ended up going getting embezzled? Plus, I mean, like the people who were working on it, the people who did a lot of the work, given Trump's reputation for not paying, like for not paying contractors, for not paying people he hires to do jobs, um, you gotta imagine there were a fair number of contractors who just didn't feel particularly motivated to work hard on it. Like that Trump, that arch, that triumphal arch. People contracted to build that. How much effort were they going to put in, knowing that there was always a very good chance that that they wouldn't get paid for it, regardless. You know. And yeah, everything about it just seems to be really shoddy. Saw a video today, short, like a YouTube short, guy talking about just how immensely disappointed he was. Is like an English guy, and he was talking about like how he's always wanted to go to a state fair because he thought they looked really fun, and then he went to this one and it was just jack shit. Exhibitions that looked incomplete or that just had nothing there. Uh, while the temporary buildings erected looked incomplete. The fact that it's spread across a very wide area means that that's the most disappointing glory hole at that fair. And like it's spread across a pretty wide area because it's supposed to be representing all 50 states plus 6 territories. So but that just means that the few things that are worth seeing are just far apart. Compared to the bicentennial celebrations, complete joke. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Trump's narcissism ruined what could and should have been a genuinely exceptional celebration. Yes, indeed, trouble. I mean, that's nothing new. The US has been in decline for literally my entire life. Because its decline started under Reagan. But yeah, like that America Fair, it should have been good. Like it should have been great, but Trump wanted to make it all about himself. Because that's what narcissists do. If he just, kept his hands off it, if he just left it up to the Smithsonian and just said, hey, you know what? You guys put together something phenomenal. Put together something great. If he just stayed out of it, it would have been an excellent fair. Doesn't even realize most of us don't like him. Yeah, because he's probably isolated. Like he's almost certainly kept in a bubble. No, I didn't. But yeah, like it's Trump is almost certainly kept in an isolated bubble. Spends all his time watching Fox News, which is very much just a propaganda arm of the Republican Party. That's all Fox News is. It's propaganda. It is not a news channel. It is just straight up a propaganda machine. So yeah, he spends all his time watching them, and like all his advisors are assuring him how brilliant he is, and he's over on Truth Social, which is full of people kissing his ass. Local parking lot fair going on this week, and it looks way more fun, more people, and more fun and fun. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he has no idea how unpopular he is. He has no idea how bad anything is. Like he's not a curious person. Also, hello, Duck. So he's not actively seeking out different perspectives. Like the reflecting pool is a perfect example of that, I think. Because there were people like as soon as it was announced how the reflecting pool was going to be done, there were people actually saying, "Well, here's what's going to happen. Here's going to be the problem. Like, and here's here's the problems that this approach will come across, and here's like how to prevent or fix those problems." But he didn't hear any of that. Um, he just heard people telling him, "Oh, brilliant idea, sir. Yeah, perfect idea. Yeah, absolutely gonna be great, sir." And then when the problems that people predicted arose, he said vandals. He declared that it was vandals, Antifa, terrorists. And then Fox News ran with that. And his advisors said, "Yep, yeah, absolutely." And Fox News, like, "Yeah, vandals. It's totally definitely vandals." So he had like just people reinforcing. He had people just reinforcing uh, his idea. Wouldn't it be better to have a fountain in the reflecting pool because it keeps the water moving? I feel like part of the point of the reflecting pool is to keep the water not moving so that it reflects. Like, I think that's like the whole point of like in order to have it reflect well, the water needs to be still. You have it still so that it's like so that it is like a mirror. Possible for a single person to cut a football field size splash mid afternoon and not get caught. Interestingly, one thing that I saw noted is the water used might have been a big part of the problem because they used like city water, which is what they've used for decades. It's what they've always used. This is just city water, but they never completely emptied it out like this before. Um, so like it's just like adding a little bit extra city water, which didn't really cause any problems. But emptying the pool completely and then refilling it with city water, with the impurities in that city water, allowed the algae to bloom. There were other factors as well, but like that was sort of a big part of the problem. If they sort of purified the water. Bring a good point. Well, this is just something that I saw somebody mention, that the impurities in the water used allowed the algae to bloom, whereas if they purified the water, there wouldn't have been as much of a problem. It's just one of those things nobody thought. It's just one of those things that nobody involved really thought about that. Because again, like they've never had it's always been city water in there, and they've never had a problem. But it's just because usually it's just a little bit extra city water being pumped in to replace some water being taken out or whatever. Is it possible to have no algae in standing water? Sure. And had the contract to repair the reflecting pool gone through proper channels, then these problems might have been avoided. But it was a no bid contract to somebody who was, was like a friend of Trump or something like that. Somebody who had ties to connections to the administration. Just a no bid contract is why bother? Why bother looking for someone qualified when you can just give it to a buddy? Everything he touches turns to crap. I mean, shit. The New York Knicks only lost one game in the NBA Finals, and it was the one that Trump went to. Yeah, everything he touches turns to crap. He's the reverse Midas. Merry-go-round pool guy. He's the reverse Midas. Everything he touches turns to crap, and then he just paints it gold. Because he's fucking tacky with absolutely no goddamn taste. I do feel like it's also important to remember Donald Trump has shitty taste. Just a terrible sense of aesthetics. Just the tackiest fucking taste ever. Gold everything. Dude, no. Gold works best in moderation. Gold is fantastic for accent work. Right, the inside of the White House looks so tacky with all the gold. Yeah, and it's like he doesn't understand the concept of less is more. Like he clearly does not understand that idea. I feel like gold is best as an accent. When it's everywhere, it just looks bad. Hating on his gold toilet. I am absolutely hating on his gold toilet. Fingers or neck. Yeah, like gold fingernails? Or like gold, gold um polish? Nail polish? Gold nail polish? Gold nail polish? Sure. Gold chain, a gold necklace? Sure. But a suit? Like a gold suit? Jesus Christ, that would look terrible. That would look awful. You know, somebody's entire outfit was made to look gold. It would look awful. He loves gold so much. Why doesn't he get gold teeth? The solid gold dancers. Yeah, it's like fucking Goldfinger would be like, dude, ease up. I do not remember solid gold dancers. Yeah, I feel like even Goldfinger would be like, okay, it's a little much, my guy. It's a little much. Just gonna say Goldfinger. Live right near Trump Tower in Vegas. It's all gold. Yeah. Or gold plated or gold painted anyway. Goldfinger, this is impressionist. They pulled his name off the one in Chicago. Yeah, Trump's the guy who managed to lose money running a casino. You know? For all he wants to present himself as this genius businessman. Hey, Gingers. Toronto one. Probably not. Yeah, for all he wants to position himself as this business genius, he's the guy who lost money running a fucking casino. He got into the subprime mortgage business like a year before it crashed. Jim, he got into he got into mortgages, like specifically subprime mortgages. I'm pretty sure it was subprime. I'm pretty sure he got into subprime mortgages like a year before that bubble burst. Today's chat about. Right now, we're shit talking Trump. And the fact that he is a complete and utter buffoon. It is. The stupid bastard put his own name on somebody else's memorial. Who the fuck actually does that? Like, who the fuck actually thinks, hey, you know what this memorial needs? Me. Tarp is still up. Yeah, because they're going to have to fill in the holes. Like, there's going to need to still be work on the facade. From, it was damaged. Like, it's putting his name up there. So yeah, like they'll need to do repairs on the building there. On top of Kennedy's, yeah. Yeah. And the reason why he put his name on there, it's because he has never stopped being desperate for validation from Hollywood, basically. Like, he's Meatloaf. I do like Meatloaf. Like, he was always desperate for validation from Hollywood. He so badly wanted to be accepted by Hollywood, and they never did. They never did accept him because they always everyone there could see through. Everyone in Hollywood could see right through Donald Trump. Because there's way better shit. There's way better bullshitters there. Hollywood is full of some absolute world-class bullshitters. And Trump's a terrible bullshitter. His approach to it is pure volume, quantity over quality. But again, people in Hollywood They gotta wade through a lot of bullshit. I want to put my name on his hotel. Yeah, like people in Hollywood, they've got to wade through a lot of bullshit and a lot of really solid bullshit. So everyone there saw right through him. And he's never gotten over that. So slap his name on the Center for the Performing Arts. The vocabulary is elementary best. Yeah, he does speak in very. I don't even want to say simple, but he does have a very limited vocabulary, a very limited manner of speech. Which isn't always necessarily bad. There is a definite value in being able to speak simply, in being able to communicate in simple terms. But he rambles. He's actually a bad communicator. He's not good at communicating because he just rambles on. He'll jump from one topic to another. A lot of repetition, which again is actually a very effective communication method when used properly. But he's just rambling. And it's very inefficient, very ineffective communication. Because rather than picking an idea and staying on that idea, hammering in that particular idea, he'll then go over to this idea and then start to go back to that idea, but then go over to another idea. So you brainwash people by saying it over and over again. I mean, it's not just brainwashing, it's conveying an idea. So yeah, he is a really bad communicator. So using a simple vocabulary wouldn't be as big of an issue if he was better at staying on one idea at a time. Like if it was a conscious choice to help people understand the ideas he's trying to convey to them. Super full from eating meatloaf now. Time to drink mineral water. Need to burp. Sometimes you need to burp. Sometimes you just really need a burp. Like sometimes you just really need a good burp. Yeah. Like if he was using that simple vocabulary as a way of better conveying specific messages, then that'd be one thing. But it's not a choice he's making in his communication. It's just that that's all he knows how to say. he doesn't know how to use more complex language. Explain things to us for us to understand. Good at it. Match you to being a teacher. I'd be a terrible teacher on account of I hate kids. I will also note you don't necessarily need to keep things simple to be a good communicator. Zoran Mandani is phenomenal about that, frankly. He knows when to keep it simple and when to talk about freaking 14th century German kings or some shit, you know? What was it? I don't remember what it was that he had been talking about. Where, yeah, he brought up like centuries old kings. It's like this weird, like it was such an unexpected angle to go with, but he's really good at what he does. He is really good at communicating. So it made perfect sense. Most people bring up, some 14th century German king or whatever the hell it was. Most people do it, and everyone watches going to be like, sorry, what? Where are you going with this? But with Mondani, it's like, oh yeah, that's a really insightful point. He is so good at what he does. And like because he's so good, conservatives are like conservative outlets are really struggling to really find angles to attack him. Marilyn Bunny, we'll see. Yeah, which is tradition. Like he's not the first one to do that. I think it's traditional for mayors to jump in wearing a suit. Research about kings and what they did, and also what they used for toilets, like that. Apparently, back in would have been Louis the 12th. I don't know, one of the Louis. Back in the days of one of the Louis, uh, all the various nobles and courtiers hanging around, uh, would just shit in the halls. What was the name for the Louvre before it became the Louvre? Back when it was a palace. What was the old name for it? Back when it was a palace. Versailles. Oh, so actually, no. fixing it. But yeah, back in the days of Versailles, back in the Palace of Versailles, back in the days of, I guess it would have been the 14th, I guess. Yeah, people would literally just shit in the halls. It's the same wipe, just dip in vinegar. Anyway, yeah, so the Mamdani jumping in a pool, when I say, from what I understand, that's sort of a traditional thing. Other mayors have done that as well. But the New York Post, and I mean, like, it's just a cute, silly little thing. You know, it's just cute, fun thing. Cute little photo op, whatever. You know, completely harmless. Just the New York Post ran a headline about him violating the pool's dress code. That was the New York Post's takeaway. And it was fun. People were joking. When he jumped in, people were joking about like saying that conservatives were going to claim he was violating the pool dress code, and then it actually fucking happened. That was literally the angle the New York Post took. He's violating the dress code. It's just, it's so desperate. But yeah, it's Mondani is just too damn good at what he does. And the fact that he's like always happy. He's always smiling. He never shows anger. And like, clearly he's just a really happy guy in general. But he's also clearly very smart. He knows that he can't really afford to show anger. Um, Obama was the same way. People nicknamed him No Drama Obama, and that was because he knew that he couldn't afford to play into the angry black man stereotype. So he always kept his cool. Mamdani's doing the same thing. And he is very careful with what he says. and it means that he's really undercutting a lot of potential lines of attack from conservatives. That said, Mamdani is probably under less attack from conservatives than he is from fucking centrist Democrats. The personality too. It is. But like it is also, being extra careful. Yeah, a handful of centrist Democrats have written a manifesto, and Mamdani was asked about it, and he's like, "I'm not interested in writing or reading manifestos," which is like such a good response to it, because socialists are supposed to be the ones notorious for manifestos. And now here's the centrists writing manifestos, and the socialists like, I prefer to just get the work done. Hey, Buttercup, and hey, yeah, this for once, the rest of us here had forgotten. By which I mean me, I had forgotten. Everybody else, nobody. There are not a huge number of other regulars here right now, unfortunately. So you actually did get it this time, Buttercup. You do sometimes? You do. You done good this time. Anyway, another topic. Last night I did actually start. I did actually do start in on my reactions to 2020's cartoon intros, and I'm very pleasantly surprised so far. 2010s cartoon intros were kind of a letdown. Shit picked back up in the 2020s, though. There's some banger intros. And back to like regular length, like 30 seconds or longer. Like a lot of the intros so far have been 30 seconds or longer. Which, fuck yes. Give me those full length intros. Don't do that 20-second or 15-second shit. Or all those cartoons that just didn't even have intros, just title cards. Don't give me the 30 to 35-second intros. Fuck yes. With music that is both interesting and tonally appropriate. So yeah, I am enjoying 2020's cartoon intros. First batch, at least, was solid. I'm going to get more water. I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back. Oh, so you're back in. So you missed me talking about 2020's cartoon intros, Uncle Buck. I was saying that I started in on 2020's cartoon intros last night, and that I am pleasantly surprised. Most of the intros have been solid so far. Most of them have been at least 30 seconds. They went back to full length cartoon intros. Like they went back to full length intros. Most of them have been at least 20 seconds, at least 30 seconds. 30 to 35 seconds. Because I was complaining, I think last night actually. I think it was last night I was complaining about the fact that cartoon intros in the 2010s seemed to get so short. I was wondering why that was. But 2020s intros, they went fuck short. We're going full length. We're going 30 to 35 seconds. Like, they're fun. The theme songs are interesting and tonally appropriate. There were a couple of intros. It's like, I am not expecting much of this one. It's like, oh snap. Like 101 Dalmatian Street. Like, this probably isn't gonna be great. And it's like, damn, that actually is a really good intro. Way better than the 90s 101 Dalmatians cartoon intro. That one sucked. Or Hamster and Gretel. Yeah, okay. I feel what you're laying down, Hamster and Gretel. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right. Yeah. Well, they're like, fuck. Actually good. Interested to see what new cartoons are out. Yeah, I mean, most of them don't really seem like my kind of thing. Most of them are not cartoons that I have any interest in watching. Like Kif, I will not be watching Kif. Or what was it? Haley's Got It? Is that what it was called? Haley's on It. Yeah. Haley's on It. I have no interest in watching Haley's on It, but I can appreciate the intro. I mean, Owl House, obviously. Ghost and Molly McGee, love it. Moon Girl, I wish I'd watched. Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beast was a Phenomenal show. Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss both seem to be pretty popular. Arcane, pretty dedicated fan base. So there have definitely been some solid cartoons over the past 5.5 years, 6.5 years. Yeah, past 6 years. That's it. Even if, a lot of them, even if I have no interest in them, have been very well received. So getting ice, but I brought you with me. Appreciated. Anywho, what else to talk about? Anything else to talk about? Anyone else got any topics? Any ideas? Because I got nothing. I've got nothing. No ideas at all. Can't type and walk at the same time. Skill issue. When Blue's gonna talk about the first one pops up. Shit, I had thought of something. I had just thought of something I was gonna talk about. Shit. Shit, what had I been about to say? The hell was it? Hey, Shelly. Oh, I listened to a couple of Surfboard albums today. Listened to their first two albums, so and they are a very enjoyable band. So I will definitely try to make time to listen to their new album uh, for the Patreon. You're watching Tiger King? Like, because you're getting wood? You got wood? Nice. Extra flammable part of certain woods. And they call it fat wood. Fat wood. Nice. Who doesn't like some fat wood? But you might like that tidbit of info. Yeah, smart clicking. Yeah, just looking through Steam's recommended queue. Because the ADHD demands some sort of stimulation, however minor. Exactly. I never would have found that game if I had if without. I never would have discovered that game if I hadn't clicked through the discovery queue. Eating some of what I could cooked yesterday. Good, good. Stop looking. Nah. I might find another piece of gold. Fucking fruit fly season. All winter, nothing. Now all of a sudden, there's always one. Very annoying. Always be with me in spirit. I mean, spirit's fine. I just don't want the fruit flies around me. I just don't want the fruit flies to be with me physically. Be nice to your family. Nah. No, I'm gonna keep killing fruit flies every chance I get. Never stop trying to kill the fruit flies. Because fruit flies are very, very annoying. Rather than roaches or spiders and mosquitoes. True, those are all awful. Although, spiders will usually stay away from you. And, they catch other bugs. Roaches are awful, though. And mosquitoes are just, yeah. I can see them not far enough away. I mean, agreed. I agree with you, but spiders are still helpful. Well, roaches are gross and mosquitoes are annoying. I haven't seen often, truthfully. Yeah. I mean, yeah, depending. I don't go in my basement and come down either. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sort of like my old house or my mom's old place. The back patio was always covered in spiders. Yeah, like if you look at the window and there's just full of them. So they can be seen depending on where they are. Every time you're mid-sentence. I wasn't saying anything interesting anyway, I don't think. And yes, it is the only way for me to make money. Spiders suck. They're not actually that bad. I'm scared of spiders. I am scared of spiders, but they're not actually that bad. They're not actually that, like, they actually are more useful. Doesn't mean when I ask something most times. They are actually useful creatures. Useful little critters. Creepy, but useful. Just like your mom. That one was for you, Uncle Buck. It's fine, Uncle Buck. I will continue applying to new jobs. That's right. I did want to check one more time now that the week started. I'm quite sure that the customer service for hotels or Travelocity or some shit. Maybe. If I see that, I will definitely consider. Yeah, nothing for the week. And still no updates on when my item ships. Estimated departure June 1st to June 30th, and it is now June 29th. We had a customer service job for Golf Now, setting up tea times. People don't like calling the golf course directly. Or it might be that the golf courses were all just using this third-party service to set it up. Yeah. If they had a complaint or question about something, you can tell them to call the course or should put them through. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's still like I don't play golf. I feel like there's still a high likelihood that it's golf courses were just outsourcing basic customer service to third-party call centers. And then obviously, you know, complaints or questions that they can't answer, then they get directed specifically to the local golf course, but to that golf course. But I feel like it's not people not wanting to call the golf course. It's just the golf course. Golf course is sort of directing people to those numbers instead. Like if people look up the number for a golf course, it directs to that customer service line instead. And then they'd actually have to go hunting for the number for the course itself. Get calls from people wanting to golf in Scotland. Neat. That actually sounds pretty cool. Why also cool. Although people from Hawaii can be kind of dicks. Tell them the weather was going to be. Cyberpunk. I don't think I did. Yeah, nothing's showing up. It's not showing any comments. Yeah. Yeah, not seeing any comments here. Did I say Pan Am had a nice ass and I don't feel weird about thinking it? The developers knew full well what they were doing. Yeah, looks like that one got eaten, I guess. Weird, yeah. Yeah, YouTube's hiding that one. In any event, yeah. The I'm pretty sure it's deliberate. Like, I'm pretty sure what they were doing there. They were making a deliberate choice. And I mean, I'm not the first to make a. I'm not the first to note comment on her ass. I won't be the last. Pan Am is caked up. I just commented on it, saying it was here. Yeah, it's weird. Fucking YouTube. Fucking YouTube. Need to get her pants. Regardless, though, yeah, Pan Am's great. I'm pretty sure CDPR's official statistics show Pan Am was the most romanced character. By a large margin. Yeah, 67%. That was back in 2021, though. May 2021, they revealed that Pan Am was romanced by 67.53% of players. She should be by. She should. It's always kind of disappointing when games do just like gender lock romance options, especially like, yeah, this character is heterosexual only. Yeah, this character's straight romance only. I can kind of like. I'm a little bit more forgiving of characters being only gay romance options, or of like romance options only being like gay options. But for straight only options, it's always kind of disappointing. Anyway. So both of the two best romance options have now been met. First one, when do I meet the worst romance option? August 28th is when I meet the worst romance option. Yeah, Pan Am and Judy are universally acknowledged as the two best romance options. Judy is the best romance option for a femme V. Pan Am, the best romance option for a male V. Though male V's male romance option is actually also a really good one. Femme V's male romance option is universally acknowledged as the worst. He sucks. He's just Nobody likes him. Anyway, I'm gonna get gearing. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Good night.